Alright, so I'm going to try and find these measurements for this doll using my slicer software because I'm too lazy to 3D print it and then measure it by hand. So I'll just be videoing how I do that. So basically what I'm going to do is put all these pieces in and measure the widest area, which Slicer should automatically do that for me. So I know that this doll is scale. We want the highest direction. I'm going to convert this to centimeters. So it's 3.6 centimeters. So we'll go write that down. Now I'm going to do the head. And to do that, I'm going to just go over here and plop the head piece in. Oops, I don't think I exported the file. Oh, no, I did. Okay. Let's see, which head do I want to do? This will be fine. I would like for them to be imported together. I'm going to rotate it. Well, I guess I don't actually have to. Because it should be widest up and down. So I need the second one. Let's see. I think I need the X. We can see if we need that one. I'm going to just enter a random number. Yeah, I need the X. So 85. So 8. If this is millimeters, then I need to convert it to centimeters. So it's going to be 8.5. And that should be all the way across the head. So that would be the diameter. So we're going to use my wonderful thing here. So we need half of the diameter. So if it is 8.5, we need half of 8.5, which is 4.25. So the circumference of the head should be 26.7. Okay. And I will convert that to inches. With Google because I'm lazy. 10 inches. Oh, that doesn't seem right. The head is not 10 inches wide, is it? Well, maybe it is. If it's bigger than Cabot's head, that makes sense. Because Cabot's head is 7 inches. So let me pop Cabot's head in here. If I have one on hand. Do we have a Cabot head on hand? Okay. Okay, so yeah, 10 inches makes sense because Cabot's is 7 and Cabot's head is smaller. So I will write that down. So that was 10.5. It's a big old noggin. Now I need the width of the shoulders. Upper body. And the widest point of the shoulders is... Oh my goodness, come here. 4 43, so 4.3 centimeters across. Oops. I'll do the wrist. And to do that, I'm just going to get the arm piece, use the lower arm, and I'm going to auto-rotate it so that it's tall like this, and I want the vertical. .7 millimeters. 3.7 divided by 2. Oops. 1.85. Multiply that times pi. Okay, 11 centimeters. Oops. You didn't see that. Okay, also you do the chest. That might be a little weird, but because it's an oval instead of a circle, but I will see what happens. It'll just be an estimate, if nothing else. Smooth body, upper body. Oops, not the lower body. Upper body. Oops. So we need it in this direction, which would be 4.3 or 43.7 divided by 2. 21.8. 137 centimeters. We'll do the skinny waist. And how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to duplicate this. I'm going to cut this at the waist. We want the smallest part of the waist. So about right there. Okay, now I'm going to take this and see how wide it is across. 31.8. We divide that by 2. It should be less than, yep, 15.9. Pop that into here. 99.9 centimeters. Now the hip is the widest part. This is already as wide as it can be. As you can see, the bounding box goes all the way across. So that's going to be half of this, which is 23.2. Yeah, this is assuming this is a perfect circle, which it kind of isn't, but I'd rather go bigger because you can always take in your seams, you know? These are just estimates until I actually print the doll. Now I want to do the hip height. This is how tall the leg is, basically, because the leg is where the hip ends. I could also just slice the doll across right there at the hip, but I'm just going to go ahead and just... Oops, I don't need that. Import the legs, so I'll just delete all those. And I'm going to do the left. Shin left, thigh left, hip left. I don't really care about the knee joints. I do need the feet though, because that'll be included in the height. Right? Yeah. We're gonna do the paw left. Okay, and I'm gonna just import all of those at once as one object. Yep. And it's gonna be the tallest one, so 19.1, which makes it, oh, I mean 191. So that should be 19.1 centimeters, because I think you just moved the decimal point for centimeters, unless I'm not doing this right and I've messed everything up. Or millimeters, 2 centimeters. Yeah, see, you just moved the decimal point. So 30 millimeters is 3 centimeters. Inseam. That's going to be just below. I have too many things open. Just below here, so I'm going to just take this and slice it. Well, actually, what I'll do is I'll just import the solid one, which should just be on my desktop. Okay, there we go. And we will slice and dice. We will rotate our slicer. Put it right at the inseam. Right there. $52.5.
Good night, Gooper.
Good night, Brubbles. Eep tight. Smacking me? Rude. Rude. You can leave that open. I don't know if Effie's in here. I'll open it. It'll be fine. That's my roomie. He's my best friend. He's gonna go to sleep because it's 2 in the morning. So the red one. Yep, red. We're gonna do 2.9 centimeters. You divide it by 2, so it's gonna be like 1.4. 1.45, and then we'll multiply that times pi. Oops. Where'd my pi calculator go? There we go. Okay, 9 centimeters in circumference, 9.1. The ankle's gonna be just about the same, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say that's 9 centimeters. Because it's just a smidge smaller. Okay, now I need to do the foot length and the foot width. Paw feet. Okay, so they're going to be 4.2 centimeters wide, 4.28. Oops. And then the foot length is going to be 68.41. So it's going to be 68 or 6.84 centimeters. And hopefully that is at least a ballpark estimate on all of those numbers and how I did it without having the physical doll, because I'm lazy and haven't printed it yet. But, hopefully that makes sense and it can help you measure your doll or any doll that you're working on. Like I said, like the chest and the waist aren't going to be super perfect because I'm doing a diameter of a circle and it's an oval, so I think that kind of changes it. I don't know. I haven't had a math class in 10 years. I'm sorry. Anyway, be gay, do crime, but don't do anything illegal.